Welcome back, guys, to our no-death run of Life Force for the NES. We're now on Stage 4, another top view stage. This stage I always found to be kind of weird, and I don't really know what to think of it. It's like you're flying through a giant body. I mean, you'll see enemies that look like red blood cells. You can see plainly that it's like body parts as you're going through this level. I mean, the boss of this level is a skull that you have to destroy. And before you fight the skull, you have to fly past ribs. So yeah, you're definitely in some weird body, but I'm not really sure what to think of the stage. I don't mind it, but it's just kind of weird. But as I said in the last part, our ship's fully powered. There ain't really much else we can do with the red power-ups other than put up fresh force fields and switch between Ripple and Laser. You'll see these weird brain-type things floating around. Just do your best to maneuver around them. They're really not that hard to avoid. If you're using Laser as your main weapon, you can mow right through the red blood cell type things and some of the other enemies, whatever these things are. Speeds up for a little while here. If you want to try to use some red power-ups, go for it. If your ship needs it anyway. If your ship doesn't need it, then may as well not bother with the unnecessary risk, but I like to go for them anyway. Just be sure to take out enemies along the way if any happen to show up, of course. It'll slow down again here pretty soon after I get through this part. This is just like a little section where it has to speed up and make you avoid all the turns and whatnot. Now you get to these weird things. I'm not really sure what these are supposed to be, but just kind of line yourself up with them and let Laser do its thing. Really not that hard. I don't think that they attack or anything. I've never really given them a chance to, I don't guess, but I highly doubt that they attack. You just gotta destroy them just to get them out of the way. I suppose that you could just go around them and they wouldn't do anything. But that's pretty much what you'll mostly see throughout this section of the stage, is these weird things. Scenery changes again right here, as you can see. Got more of these red blood cell type things. Careful as you make your way through here. I like to stay near the back or the bottom of the screen to avoid being crushed by any of that stuff. Then just let Laser do its thing and help you mow through. If you're in the middle of that stuff, whenever it finishes coming out, you'll die in one hit. Again, regardless of whether or not you have a force field up. Careful of those weird orange things out in the middle of nowhere, because they'll shoot those things out. Just avoid them the best that you can. Do some good maneuvering and get away from them as quickly as you can. And over here we go. Alright. Like I said earlier, the boss of this stage is a skull, a pretty freaky looking skull. You have to shoot it in its mouth whenever it opens it up. Really, it's not too hard if you got the laser and a couple of options. You can mow it down like it's nothing. We don't have too much further to go before we'll be at the boss. We got this little section right here. Got a few of the enemies that give us power-ups and some of the floating brains, or whatever they are. They look like brains to me. I'm not sure what exactly they're supposed to be. But you know that you're just about to the boss whenever you come up to this and you got these things shooting lasers everywhere. Be careful of the weird fingernail type things. I know that they're not fingernails, but it's hard to say what they are. They're just weird. They look like nails to me for some reason. More like claws or something, I'm not sure. But just avoid them as they fall down and avoid the lasers as you make your way up. We should be just about to the boss. Here we go. Just wait just another second. Here we go. Like I said earlier, he's pretty easy if you got a couple of options in the laser. Just unload on its mouth and it won't have hardly any time to do much of anything to you. Like that. Well, that is it for part 4.